Which games console to buy?
Welcome to Videojug. I'm Stuart Headlam. The current generation of consoles presents a tempting lineup for the potential buyer, but if you can't see a motion-sensitive wood for your bloom-lit, bump-mapped trees, let me be your gentle guide. The current options are the plucky underdog-made-good Nintendo Wii, the online powerhouse Xbox 360, and the pricey jack-of-all-trades with a crown to defend, PlayStation 3. First off, the Nintendo Wii. By far the cheapest of the three consoles, the Wii's unique feature is its revolutionary motion-sensitive controller, which tracks the movement of your hands and translates that into the game. We pop down to Currys.digital and ask Kit from the Fragdolls to tell us more.
The Wii has many pros and cons. The big pro is the instantaneousness of it. You pick up the controller and you're off. Anybody can do it, from a 4-year-old to a 70-year-old. It doesn't make any difference who you are. You hand someone a controller and say you're going to play tennis, you start playing tennis. You literally hit the ball back and forward. Boxing, you've got two controllers in your hand and you basically punch. You know, it's as simple as that. Almost all the games have that availability to them. So it's very, very straightforward, and that's the big pro. The cons are that it's not a graphically amazing console. It's not a high-spec console. In fact, the graphics aren't that much better than the GameCube, the console that came before Nintendo's previous console. So what you've got is a machine that's very much about fun play and family play, but it's not a great technical achievement.
It's worth pointing out that the Wii has some great additional features. As well as being able to play every game from its predecessor console, the GameCube, the Wii will also go online wirelessly, allowing you to download classic games through its virtual console service. The Wii also has various information channels, which puts a fun spin on the online services you'll find on the other machines. The control system makes the Wii both fun and very accessible, but the Wii seems to be falling for the same curse that has affected every single Nintendo machine since the Nintendo 64 in the mid-90s, namely a lack of games. Nintendo aim for quality, not quantity, so while the games they make are probably the best you'll find on any system, the simple fact is you'll probably find more to play on the other machines. Microsoft's curvy box was the first of the new generation machines to hit the market. They've capitalised on this head start by building up a software library that the PS3 has to work hard to compete with, and consolidating an online service that is yet to be beaten. But don't just take my word for it.
The Xbox 360 has a huge amount to recommend it. The great thing about the online element of Xbox Live, is that it's an integrated system. Almost every single game works the same way. The way that you connect to your other friends is the same no matter what game. You have a friends list, it's part of the console, it's not part of each individual game. So you can go to your list of friends and ask them if they want to come and play the game you're playing, and it's the same for each game. The downloadable content already available for it is massive. You don't just download things for games, you can download TV shows, you can download little short pieces of footage from community events. And so, you know, it's a great community machine in that respect. It's great for playing online. On the downside, I think that there still aren't enough family-orientated games available. There aren't enough games for children. You know, many of the games are 18 plus. So if you're looking for something that younger siblings or your own children can play, the Xbox 360 isn't the ideal console for that. You'd be better going for a Wii.
Yes, the Xbox 360 is very much a boys' machine, with most of the big games featuring shooting or driving fast cars. Sony may have made bigger initial steps towards high-definition gaming, but look out for the black Xbox 360 Elite that features a bigger hard disk and a built-in HDMI port. There's also an additional HD DVD drive if you want to keep up. If you prefer to look backwards rather than forwards, the Xbox 360 will also play most, but not all, of the games for the original Xbox. PlayStation has been the word for games console for the past 10 years, but the trouble with being at the top is that you've got the furthest to fall. The PlayStation 3 is the most powerful and certainly the most expensive of the three consoles on the market, but the PlayStation brand has a loyal following around the world, and in the long run, the PlayStation 3's raw horsepower may see it outrun the Xbox 360.
The PS3 is the ultimate all-rounder. It does just about everything you could want a games console to do. It's a fabulous piece of machinery. It's extremely high spec. It has a Blu-ray player in it that is a knockdown price. To buy a Blu-ray player on its own would cost you probably double the amount. And so it's a fabulous machine. It has great online capability, great possibilities for downloadable content in the future. The controller has the 6-axis element. There's so much to recommend the PS3. There's going to be amazing games coming up for in the future. The con is that it costs a lot of money. There are very few other cons associated with the PlayStation 3. It's basically just very expensive. £425, a lot of money to ask anybody. It's not a lot for a Blu-ray player though, that has to be kept in mind.
Sony seem to have made some questionable decisions when it comes to the PlayStation 3. The inclusion of a Blu-ray drive pushed the cost of the machine past the £400 mark and delayed its launch by several months. The 6-axis motion-sensitive controller the console shipped with proved unresponsive compared to the Wii's. On paper, the PlayStation 3 is the more powerful console, but many users are hard-pressed to tell the difference in graphics on the PlayStation 3 and the Xbox 360. On top of that, you have trouble playing PlayStation and PlayStation 2 games on the PlayStation 3, in the UK at least, because the UK machines lack some of the backwards compatibility that's present in the US and Japanese machines. But that said, time is on the PlayStation's side. As prices come down, hardware faults get ironed out, developers get to grip with the machine's potential, HD televisions become more common, Sony's online markets and Blu-ray markets mature. What seems like a list of extravagances now may well leave the competition playing catch-up later. In summary then, the Wii is fun, unique and affordable. The Xbox 360 is a good all-rounder with a lot to recommend, but you'll probably have to take it online to get the most out of it. The PlayStation 3 is the long-term investment with a lot of extra bells and whistles that could be its downfall or its salvation. Let us play.